Chair Ryan. Thank you, Chair Ryan. Hold, please. Present.
Here. Here.
Welcome to Web. Enter your access meeting number. Hello.
I believe that was Regent Stewart calling in. Regent James.
I can't hear you. It's one. Regent James is here.
Regent Jappanen.
Here as well.
Regent McCarthy. Absence is noted. Regent Forth. Student Regent Sanchez. Regent Santiago. Absence is noted. Regent Stewart is here. Regent Wright.
I'm here.
Yang. Ex officio Professor Blitz. Ex officio Professor Sasanker. Commissioner Bartolomeo. Absence is noted. Commissioner Giuttani. Absence is noted. Commissioner Dock. Absence is noted. Commissioner Russell Tucker. Absence is noted. Officer Valeries. Absence is noted. And welcome to all 6 presidents. President Maduco, President Nunez, President Bertolino, excuse me, interim President Smith, President Toro, interim President Singh, and President Clancy. And welcome to Ari Santiago, Regent Santiago.
Thank you, Pam. Good morning again. Thank you, Pam. Good morning again. As you know, given the level of state funding provided in the biennium budget, board charged TSC County with developing a process to mitigate projected deficits in both FY24 and FY20. Again, to see it is not an easy task. We would prefer not to have to navigate these challenges. We are grateful for the hard work of the system office and the institutional presidents. Crafting deficit mitigation plan. Please note, there's a lot of information presented to the regions today, but no decisions will be made. Chancellor Chen will start with very brief remarks before turning the meeting over to CFO Lloyd Richard for a presentation, discussion of system financial information and our deficit mitigation plan. That each of the institution presidents, supported by the CFO and provost, will report on their institution's specific mitigation efforts. They will be provided with a maximum of 15 minutes for both their presentation and time for question and answers, except for CT State, who will have 25 minutes to present. Our board secretary will assist with keeping our time on track, as well as helping to recognize regions with questions. With that, I turn the floor over to Chancellor Chang.
Thank you, Chair. So I want to thank the board for being here today and for your constant support. I want to thank our presidents and all of their leadership teams, all of the executives that lead our campuses. And I want to thank the faculty and the staff who have been part of the process to this point. It has been incredibly hard. It's been incredibly hard on all of us as administrators, as faculty, as staff, and it's been hard for students. Today's presentation and conversations are going to demonstrate that all of our institutions and system offices have done almost everything we can to work within the state budget allocation that was passed back in June. We've made significant progress in trying to close the projected budget deficits for this current fiscal year and for fiscal year 2025. We're not quite there yet, and there may be more that we need to do. We're going to continue to work diligently and responsibly to serve our students while being prudent and mindful of the budgetary challenges we find ourselves in. We will continue our efforts because we have been charged to do so. But this may be as far as we can go before taking more drastic, more painful, and more harmful steps to our system. To be clear, these mitigation efforts are already having a negative impact. That said, these steps need to be planned. Closures or an overdependence on reserves. And that is a testament to the hard work, the thoughtful planning, and the really scrupulous activities that have taken place so far amongst our administrators, our faculty, and our staff who have worked so hard. Of course, our preference would be full funding for our system, and funding beyond the remaining shortfall would allow us to not only decrease the impact that these very real actions are having, they will allow us to continue to have more of a positive impact and begin to build off of a base to enhance and improve our student learning, faculty, and staff working experience. We will continue the intensive conversations we've been having with our state leaders in an effort to achieve these goals. So with that, I'll hand over the presentation to our CFO and Vice President of Administration, Dr. Lloyd Blanchard.
Thank you, Chancellor Chairman. Thank you, Madam Chair. Good morning, everyone. We are going to walk through this mitigation plan. I will provide the overview of this plan and the associated numbers, and I will also address the mitigation that we will implement at the system office. After that, I will pass it to the respective presidents, and they will follow each other in presenting their mitigation plan and answering these questions after I'm done. So next slide, please. So what you see now is kind of a starting point. Back in June, the June board meeting presented these numbers that show an overall deficit in FY24 of $13.7 million and in FY25 of $140.2 million. Now, these totals are aggregate totals across the whole system. So to look at FY24, the main focus should be on those institutions with deficits. That includes Western Connecticut State University and CT State Community College. So in FY25, you will see all institutions have deficits that add up to $140 million. This $140 million deficit is as large as one can imagine. It represents 10%, one every $10 spent by this system. Represents 10% of our budget. So that really is a significant amount, and we'll walk through how we plan to address it. Next slide, please. So how did we get here with regard to FY25? First of all, this plan will balance the budget for the current fiscal year, FY24. However, FY25, as I said before, is very large. How did we get here? First, through enrollment declines. We've faced here in Connecticut throughout the New England states steady enrollment decline because of the demographic changes. The pandemic only exacerbated that decline. Second, the tuition and fees have declined because the enrollment has declined. Third, the pandemic really changed a lot of our world, personally and professionally. But professionally, it exacerbated the enrollment decline, as well as put us in a situation where the state was using one-time funds that it was receiving from the federal government to help fund not only emergency costs and emphasis, but also permanent costs and permanent cost increases. That proved to be a challenge. Number four, state appropriations revenue. We are grateful to the state for providing the support they do provide, but the one-time funds went away before we were ready for it to go away. And finally, fringe costs. Fringe costs are a driver of a lot of costs here in the state of Connecticut. They certainly impact us here in higher education. We cover fringe costs in ways that other state agencies do not. Next slide, please. So how will we address such a large deficit? There are a number of different mitigation options, and I like to think of them as levers. When you have a small deficit, you can use one or two different levers or options to address that kind of a deficit. When you have a deficit that approaches 10% of your total budget, you really need to use many levers to address that, so that you don't rely on one particular option. So those options fall within the revenue side of the ledger. They fall within the expenditure side of the ledger. I won't read those for you, but you can see what they are. And finally, and only finally, use cash reserves. Cash reserves are a one-time solution. Once used, they're gone. And so it is appropriate to use cash reserves only as a supplement to more permanent changes, either on the revenue side or on the expenditure side. And that's the general approach that we took with this mitigation plan. Next slide, please. So this slide shows you that we took the balanced approach for public higher education here in the state, using revenue increases, using expenditure reductions, and then again, using cash reserves. You can see that in FY24, we are planning to mitigate $63 billion of deficit. Well, the deficit is only 26.7, but we have mitigation that adds up to $63 billion. We want to do this because we need help for the FY25 deficit, which you can see starts at $140 million, of which we can mitigate $106 billion of that. That represents about 76% of the deficit we project in FY25. The balanced approach shows that we use revenue enhancements, expenditure reductions, and cash, and what we can't accomplish in mitigation through those options, we will seek additional support starting with the state. So you can see that we have technical adjustments, number one line. Those technical adjustments adjust the deficit that really was reported back in June of the current year. So those are kind of numbers. That first line updates the surplus and deficit numbers. The second line, new revenue initiatives, will amount to $16.7 million in FY24 and $29.8 million in FY25. The FY25 number of $29 million does include an assumption of a tuition increase. About $14 million is represented in that number. Line 3 is expenditure reduction. $36.8 million for FY24 and $48.6 million in FY25. In FY25, this expenditure reduction represents almost half of our mitigation effort, which is an aggressive approach, but not nearly enough to accomplish such a large, to mitigate such a large deficit. And finally, you'll see institutional cash support, which is cash reserves. We will use dollars in FY24 that will help us mitigate the entire deficit in FY24, and then in FY25, we plan to use $1.4 million in cash to get us to a $106 million mitigation. Now, in FY25, that's not enough. That's how large the deficit is. So we will be seeking additional support from the state of $47.6 million. Next slide, please. This is a summary of our of these mitigation plans and how they impact each of our four-year universities. I will summarize this, but defer to the president to speak in more detail about how these numbers were produced. But you can see the various options that I mentioned in summary in the previous slide. You will see how they apply to each of the four universities. I'll call your attention to the expenditure line, number 3. If you just look across that line, that will show you that Central is reducing their expenditures by 1.7 million, Eastern by 5.6 million, Southern by 1.8 million, and Western by 8.7 million. You see the new revenue initiatives associated with that. And let me explain on the revenue side. It will be tough to generate more revenues in the current fiscal year because spring semester is already upon us, and we collect revenues mainly in the fall and in the spring. So most of the revenue, new revenues will come in FY25. And then, of course, you can see the cash usage. Most of our institutions don't need to use, most of our universities don't need to use much cash. Southern is using a small amount to close their deficits in FY25. Next slide, please. This shows how mitigation plan works for CC State, for Charter Oak, and eventually the system office. You will hear presidents of CC State, Charter Oak explain in detail how they accomplish these numbers. In particular, CC State has the biggest challenge throughout the system. So we'll ask President Duco to spend extra time explaining the work that he has done to accomplish this particular, develop this plan. Charter Oak is small relative to the other institutions. You can see the numbers for yourself. They will balance their budget on the back of additional revenues in FY25. And here at the system office, we can, in good conscience, engage in deficit mitigation. We don't make cuts ourselves. They're just the office. So you'll see in FY24, we're planning $3 million in mitigation and $3.9 million in expenditure reductions for FY25. In addition to new revenues that we plan to generate through grants. We're setting up the grant office this year, not a grant office, but a couple of people in academic affairs to generate more grants for both research purposes and for capacity building purposes. Next slide. And this really provides detail on what we plan to do at the system office. The system office really, our strategy is to streamline our activities here and our personnel here at the system office and support outside operations throughout our system. We will do that through moving employees as necessary from the system office to CC State when the time is right. We want to help CC State build the capacity so that it can do the work, the important work that it does. The numbers restate what I've already shared with you. So with that, I will stop. Regents, we have to take any of your questions. And then after that, we will ask the president to make their presentations. Any questions? Yes.
Does the interest rate environment in the public debt markets have any impact on our planning with the rise in financing?
Not as much as you might think. That will affect our borrowing to the extent that we borrow. But we're not in a position right now to think about borrowing for investment purposes. It will affect the state, however, and its cash management, and that will affect us indirectly.
Okay, thank you. And is that also on the other side of that? Does it impact our cash reserves in a positive way?
The interest rate environment would impact our cash reserves in a positive way.
Thank you.
Thank you. First question is, will a copy of this slideshow be made available to us? It would have been helpful to have had in advance, but I do appreciate the time that you've taken. And in particular, the various items that you mentioned as causes of the deficit. And I'm just I'll formulate it as a question. It's a question period. Would you be willing to add as well that the consolidation of the community college, which was supposed to save money and provide improved services, as in fact cost significant money, contributed to a massive debt, and not, at least up to now, made that significant improvement to student services? And secondly, would you be willing to add that the CSU 2030 plan, which was an overreach, unrealistic, and to some extent unreasonable, has resulted in significant underfunding from the PMO, the OPM, and in the governor's budget? Would you be willing to add those two items?
They didn't sound like questions to me. I can't add those two items to mitigation going forward, but I will accept them as comments about what has already taken place. Thank you, Professor. Yes.
I just want to make one further statement in the comments here, which I believe may have been, yes, the introductory comments, suggests that we are demonstrating, says this demonstrates that we are taking necessary steps and moving in the right direction. And I just want to make sure that as we talk about these mitigation plans today, and take into context what we're talking about, we are moving in the direction that the state budget has forced us, it has pushed us, and has made necessary. I think right is the wrong word to use given the needs of the state, and I hope we can talk more about that later on as to how much these mitigation plans are responsive to the needs of the people who live in the state of Connecticut. So just want to put that on the
statement, Professor. Thank you. Madam Chair, with that, next slide, we'll start with President Klonowski with Charter Oak.
President Knopf. Sorry to interrupt. So having really bad audio problems online.
I can be louder.
Unfortunately, it's not a projector. So I think we need to pause the meeting. Is that correct? Let us deal with our technological issues for a moment. We're going to let you probably start from them. Appreciate it.
You know how they're